Good evening, everybody. Sorry about the delay. My phone was being, or Facebook was being painful, one or the other. It wouldn't turn sideways. I hope you are well. For those who are new, my name is Kelley Farley. I'm an independent Stampin' demonstrator in Karaka, Auckland, New Zealand. And I do Facebook live videos on a Sunday evening and a Wednesday evening. So tonight's card we're going to do a magic slider card, and this is where you pull it out and it reveals a coloured image underneath the black and white image on the top. I've just made a small version of this and popped it onto the front of a card that you can then give to somebody, and they've got this cute little interactive part on it. I have to say it's been one that I've kind of put off doing because it looks really technical, but now that I've worked out in my head, it's a little bit easier. Right, let me just get this up on the screen so that I can see who's joining. Hi Lisa. Hi Catherine. Hi Alison. Okay, so let's see that it's caught up with me. Alright, so we're going to, obviously the base is just a standard base. If you wanted to, you could adjust the measurements, excuse me, adjust the measurements so that these pieces here, sorry, I'm going to put mute on, are bigger and make it as your whole card. But I've just done it as the accent on here first, just to kind of get my head around on a smaller kind of scale. So the first thing you're going to need is, I've got lots of little bits of paper from where I was practicing it, so I'm just trying to get all my bits that I need. You're going to need a piece of cardstock, which is, tonight it's in centimetres, ladies, 15 centimetres by 20 centimetres. Alright, and we're going to take our, hopefully this isn't going to be too confusing tonight and I get the instructions right. You then need another piece of cardstock, and I've used white, and this is 6.2 centimetres by 9 centimetres, and then a piece of acetate, so I don't know how well you can see that, which is exactly the same size. If you prefer, you could cut your acetate slightly wider and longer so that it gives you a bit of movement to when you're stamping on here. You do need stays on ink to stamp onto your acetate, so for this to work properly you need your stays on as well as your Memento ink or your coloured water-based inks. And then you need a piece of then you just need a piece of card that's going to be your base. You could keep this as your base, like as it is, like I said, and then just whatever it is that you're going to use to I feel like that's really zoomed in, whatever you're going to use to decorate your piece with. So let's start here, and what you're going to need is we're going to make a T. Alright, so you need to have, you've got your card. I'm going to put my glasses on. I hope everyone is doing well. So what is happening? My brain is going, I need centimetres, and then when I put it in here all I see is inches, so it's not really helping me. Okay, so on our 20, yes that's right, on our 20 centimetre side, so this is what I ended up with, like this. Alright, so our 20 centimetre piece. So on our 20 centimetre piece we're going to score along that. So if you've got your trimmer, your Simply Score and your scoring, so on the long side you want to score that at 10 centimetres. Right, so you're scoring it in half. So even if you make this bigger, that doesn't look like half. Did I put it in at half? Oh yeah. Maybe my eyes need checking. Okay, so we've got it in at half and scored at half. Alright, and then we're going to turn it 90 degrees and we're going to score. So this piece here is 15 centimeters across. Okay, so what we need is 4 centimeters. So pop it in, and we're just going to score all the way through, up, top and bottom, 4 centimeters, and then flip it around and do 4 centimeters on the other side. Okay, so you've got 4 centimeters and 4 centimeters, and then you've got a halfway mark. This piece in the middle should be 7. So if we pop that in here on the thing, comes up to 7 centimeters. Alright, so then what we're going to do is then pop it back in at our 4, where's my 4 centimeter mark, and it doesn't matter which end you do this because they're both the same. So you're going to cut, alright, and you're going to cut up to the score line. So you're going to cut out, let me draw it for you. Doesn't matter which one you do, but you need to do both the same side. So we're going to cut this and we're going to cut this. Alright. And I know it's a little bit harder because I've got white cardstock. Sorry. So we're going to go up that score line to the center point and then come across and cut that piece out. So I'm just going to go to there. And then I'm actually just going to bring this down and do the same. Whoops. Just make sure that my score mark is in the track. And then I'm going to make sure that my points on my trimmer are located so we have them like that. And then I'm just going to pop it in at 10 centimeters. And I'm going to score out. So that should, no, I haven't gone far enough in. Like so. Lift the blade and come back. And I'm just going to go, you'll feel it kind of tug. If you're not confident with that, just grab your snips. Like so. What happens when you try to use the tip, it doesn't really work. Oh, I've got sparkles all over my paper. So these two pieces were here and we just trimmed them off. Alright, I might just tidy that up with my scissors. I did go too far. That's okay. Okay, so we end up with a T. Alright, so you've got your score marks there and your score marks there, and then this piece here. This piece at the bottom of your T, we're just going to trim a couple of millimeters off that, because when you fold it, you actually are it's going to fold like that, and you don't want it to stick up. So it doesn't have to be as much as I've taken off, but it can just, and then you fold your pieces in. Why is it not folding very well? I need to trim it a little bit more. I've gone on the wrong side of the score line. So if that is something that is a concern for you, just use your scissors or it's just making a mess of it. But you do need it to come inside. I'm just going to trim that with my, and obviously haven't got enough of it in my trimmer because it's just pushing it down. it's not going to matter if this is not lined up with your score marks, because basically what you're doing is you want it to bring over on itself like that. Okay, so you end up with this little bit here. So we've got a T. This, we'll call this our top and this our bottom, but basically that's our piece inside, and then that gets folded over like that. All right, next part is we need to cut out our little window here. Now I've used the ovals, they are retired, but whatever shape you, it's a bit smaller I think here, I think I'll go with the smaller one. So we're just going to cut that out. I'm going to pop it on because now I've folded it. Pop it on with some washi tape and then chuck that one through. So get that centered as much as you can. And I'm not going to bring my machine in, I'll just do it. So hopefully it will be faster for everybody. Right. Everyone had a nice weekend. How's the weather, Alison? Is it still nice over there? Not too hot? It's lovely here today. It's a bit of a wind, but I quite like it like that because it's not so, when it's still it can be a little bit too hot. Right, so we're just going to carefully take off our washi tape. We don't really need that, but you can use that for another card. So I'll pop it. Oh, can't get that washi tape off. I need to make sure that I take some of the stickiness away when I'm doing that. Okay, get them out of the way. Alright, so the next part is some stamping. Now I have used the Dragonfly Garden stamp set, and I've got it already mounted. I'm going to use a piece of, what's that, scrap paper. I'm just going to decorate the front of it. Cooled down a little bit, probably at 26. It's kind of crazy to think of that, I suppose it's not, but now because I'm folding this over and you don't see the back, I'm not worried about it overlapping onto the sides. But if you wanted this, no problem, Andrea. Hi, Sandra. Ladies, I'm just waiting to hear back from Anita about her prize choice, and then I'll be sending you your prize options. So I was just saying, I don't mind, I'm not fussed about the fact that my dragonflies are overlapping, because I have got, when I fold them, you're not going to see it anyway because of the way that it's put onto my card. So if you wanted to use something smaller so that you don't have that, then that's up to you. Again, like I said, you can make this a different size and make it your whole card if you want to. Alright, so I'm just going to pop that out of the way. So now I've got that, I'm going to do the decoration from the inside. So I've actually used my Stamparatus to do this. You don't have to use your Stamparatus. You don't have to use a Stamparatus, sorry. I just found it slightly easier to kind of line things up so that I could show you a bit better. You can just, you can stamp, and I'll try and do that for you. I can find a piece of scrap. Yeah. Right, so I'm going to start with I've just popped a piece of scrap paper on here, made a mark where my card's going to be so that I can line my acetate up to it so that it's on the same place. The great thing with this, Oh, I hope you get... oh, I hope you get to maybe see some, Alison. That would be quite cool. Okay, so I've got the... I need to move that a little bit. I've got the little baby dragonflies and the dandelion, and I've got it set up from this one. So what I just need to make sure is when I do it this way, when I pop my piece in here, what am I going to see? I need to maybe move that down a little bit. I want to see some of it in the window, and then when you open it you'll see more. So maybe I'll just put it back how it was. Yeah. So when I stamp in here, you'll get to see part of it, and then as you open it, hopefully you can see that, as you open it you'll get the coloured version. Okay. Oh, I just thought you could stamp in there like a greeting. Surprise! Okay, so on our white, I'm just using, because my card is black and white, I'm just sticking with my black ink. You could definitely use colour if you wanted to. I have also chosen these stamps because they're quite quick to colour in, and so you didn't have to sit around watching me do that. So pop that in and press down. Get a nice even. Nice thing with this is you can lift it and go, that didn't stamp very well, and that was very well done. Wasn't really didn't think it would happen, but so we're just going to stamp. Oh no, nothing worse than cold fries. Alright, so there's our outline, and that's our back piece. Alright, so I'm just going to move that out of the way, and now we're going to get our acetate. Where, oh yeah, there it is. I was going to say, where have I put that? This might be a little bit harder for you to see, or you might get a glare, so either way, sorry about that. You might be able to see it. I thought I had put it on already, and it's just actually, these are super strong. They take ages to come off. I'm really scared about breaking them. I might just get my other stays on and see if it's got a better ink. Okay, that looks wetter. So remember, with acetate you need, oh, am I going too far? With acetate you need to have, you need to use a solvent based ink. Oh, that's, I should have opened the window. But anyway, and don't, and try not to move it too much. Okay, so I'm going to pop that on. Get a nice even, and then we're going to lift that very gently. No, need the ink on here. That flower, obviously there's a bow or something in there. That flower on the bottom, so it's not coming through very well. McDonald's fries, don't know what they ate. Okay, maybe I should have put my, oh there we go. Maybe I should have put my sponge on. Now you do have to remember to be very careful because it will take a few minutes to dry. So while it's drying, I'm going to pop that over there and get that out of the way. My inks away so that I don't put my hand in them. Okay, so this is now dry. I'm just going to use some watercolor pencils to colour it in. Actually, you could colour this in if you wanted to as well, but I'm not going to. Just colour this. It's that nice pop of colour that comes through. I might have gone too heavy-handed with the black ink, but that's okay. I'm just trying to do this fast so that you're not sitting watching. I thought about doing it last night and I thought, well, you need to kind of see the process, so I can't really stamp it. I probably could have and then just put the other piece. So if you don't have a stamparatus, what you can do is just stamp your image like this. I would probably get a piece of grid paper or a piece of scrap paper and make a mark on where you've lined your piece up with. Stamp your stamp your white cardstock, then get your acetate and tape it down with some washi tape where you know that your stamps are not going to go, and then you can line your stamp up as close as possible with the pieces with the edge, and then you can line your stamp up with the image underneath, so you'll get that that it kind of, you know, it blends into it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Keep thinking of these as butterflies, and they're not butterflies, they're dragonflies. What did you get other than fries from McDonald's, Andrea? What's your go-to? What's everyone's go-to from McDonald's if you eat McDonald's? Mine's a cheeseburger. Quite like just a cheeseburger. Although I do quite like their chicken burger and their Big Mac. So, you know, can't do their fish burger, but I don't generally do fish anyway. So if you had your acetate, you could pop it on here like this, and then put some, pop some washi tape down, and then stamp. I would put some washi tape on your desk and then stamp, and then it will get it as close as possible to lining that up. What you could do is no, that won't work. But see how, I don't know if you can see, mine is slightly off. So if I was to line the edges of my card up, it kind of blurs it. So it's slightly off. So that's where having your, what do you call it, acetate, where you're having that slightly bigger is handy, because I'll fill it a fish. Is because then you can trim it down to fit the size of your card. Alright, so what we're just going to do is pop those over there for now. Come back to this piece here. Oh, pencil away. And we're going to make the little mechanism piece. So we need our trimmer. You could do this with a craft knife. You could do this, it's not going to be exact. So basically you want to make a mark from here. Let me see if I can draw it with a pencil for you. We're going to go come in here 1 centimetre and up 1 centimetre, so about there. Alright, that's 1 centimetre. That's about 1 centimetre there. So if I put that, there, and I go about there, as long as you've got your things lined up. Whoops, that one there. And then you're going to cut all the way in a straight line. not my crooked pencil line, up to the fold. Okay, so you're going to go from the fold down, but you're leaving about 1 centimetre at the bottom. You're coming in about 1 centimetre. Alright, so let's see how good these eyes are. It's about 1 centimetre. So we're going to come in. I would rather go on this side of the, it's about there, and then if I go this way, and I don't have my measurements, 1 centimetre there, hold that there, and I'm going to pop it down just before the fold and then come down to roughly about there. Alright, so you end up with these two tabs. If you wanted to draw it with a pencil and then cut it, you could with a knife. Someone's sending me a message. Oh, vanilla latte, my favourite. That's mine for my go-to. Alright, so then that's going to fold over like this, and then these two things are going to go on here, and your image is going to slide. So this piece here is where your card's going to go. Alright, so two things that we need to do with this, actually with both, is the first thing is we need to punch. Oops. We need to make a little, make it not blurry. Okay, so we need to just punch, no, not that one, sorry, this one. We need to punch a hole, a little gripping hole thing. So because I've cut mine quite a bit shorter, it's probably not going to come too far in there, but basically you need a tab so that you can grab it. Alright, so you've got that to open. Then on this piece here, when it goes in and we want to pull it out, we want it to stop so it doesn't come all the way out. So about 1 centimetre, up, and you're going to cut about 1 centimetre in. So about there, I'm going to come in, and then about here. This is not, it doesn't have to be exact. It's just to create a stopper. Alright. So then this is going to go at the back. Actually, we'll do it this way. I did it the other way first yesterday, but we'll do it this way first. So this is going to go face down, and I'm going to pop that slit. It's not wanting to do it. Pop that slit in there, and then the same on this side. I had the two pieces joined yesterday, and that was really tricky, trying to get it in there. So that slides like this. Okay, so you can see that it stops there. If you want to, we could actually just go a little bit deeper with our cut, so that we see more of our flower. I think it's because I cut too much off. Still making sure that you've got that buffer there, and then you can slide it. It comes out a bit better. Okay, and so once we've got that like that, I'm going to lie this over the top. I've just got a piece of card punched out in a circle. I'm going to fold it in half. Very quiet night tonight, ladies. Hope everyone's alright. Oh, it's 8 o'clock already. This one is a little bit longer. Okay, so we're going to pop a piece of tear and tape on both sides. Alright, I'm going to take one off at a time. But what we want to do is we want to have this lined up together. Like so. And then we're going to take our, actually I might just, oh no, I'll leave it. My acetate is just a little bit too long. I don't know if it's going to make a difference or not, but I'm just going to try it there. Right, once you've lined it up with your bottom picture, your bottom image, you're going to pop your little circle on the back, and then you're going to take the top piece off, in order to line that up and pop that on. And then we're just going to, I'm going to use the crocodile, but whatever punch you have, I'm just going to punch a hole. Any hole punch will work. Alright, so then we're going to slide that in, like so, so it closes like that. Alright, if we were to close it, just pull that out slightly, pushed it in too far, so that it lines up like so. And then if we were to hold that, I'm going to put some ribbon in it soon, as it comes out you see the colour, and then as it goes back in, oops, too far, goes back in, you can see your black and white image. And that was when you pull this out, oh, you can't stamp in there. I was thinking that would be quite cool to stamp in there, but actually you can't, because you'll see it through here. Alright, now what we're going to do, I just remembered that I didn't cut a piece of ribbon, so before I stick it all down, I'm going to put some ribbon on. I've just got a piece of the soft crinkled seam binding ribbon, the white. Just going to pull that out slightly so that I can get my, actually I'm going to put this part in first. Magic. It is. And actually, like, I thought it was going to be quite a messy, fussy cutting, kind of lots of little bits and things to make it, and it's actually, once you've got the idea that you need to have, it's just that little sliding mechanism and then the two little tabs cut out that makes the difference. So I'm going to pop that there like that. On the back here, you need to just make sure that you're not going to, like, it needs to be, it's not too tight. I've actually made it so that there's a bit of an overlap. The lady that I watched, her two pieces met, and then she put a piece over the back, which I thought was a little bit bulky. So I'm just going to pop a piece of tape right on the edge, because there's about half a centimetre overlap, I think it is. Which also meant measuring was a bit easier. We didn't have to do odd measurements and stuff. So we don't want it tight, but we don't want it to be too loose. So you've got like a little pocket, and then you slide it out. Oops, it might be a little bit tight, but just like that. And then I've just added it to the front of a card. So you could use that as, so the lighter stays on actually works better, but anyway, I did a dark stays on, and then I did this dark image, like I double stamped the image as well. Yeah, so you can adjust, you could adjust the sizes of everything and make yours a little bit bigger. The lady that I watched do this online actually did her slider piece. yeah, would have been probably about that size. And then she had her card base that was a big A4 folded in half, so it was quite a large card. All right, winning wheel. Wow, there was only 2 this week, so I don't know that there's much, but we can do it. But you're each going to get a prize, and that's Anita and Andrea. I've just lost where I am. So let's do it, because there's only 2 of you, but let's do it anyway. So we'll flip it around, unless someone has popped something up in the last few minutes or the last little while. I have not seen any extras. Sorry, this is not really what you want to see. Still only 2. So Andrea and Anita, let's see who gets the first prize. That's handy, because then you can both choose an extra. Right, who's first? Andrea. Congratulations, Andrea. And that's funny having one name on there. Anita. Anita, you already have the list of the prizes that are available, so you can choose 2, and then I will send the others to this is probably going to be a scary look. I will send Andrea the images and Sandra the images to choose from. Andrea, I've got your driving by, and I think that now makes 2. Correct me if I'm wrong. 2 or 3. 2 plus driving by, I think. I'm just gonna wait. I don't think Anita's watching, but yeah, so I think that oh, Heidi's watching. Oh, so is someone else. Who's that? Oh, hi Gail. So yeah, if you now 3 plus driving by. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're up with it, because I've got myself confused. All right, so that means Sandra is maybe 2. Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing, Andrea. So once Anita confirms her 2 prizes, I will send the images to you guys and then get them sent off to you. I better make a note of that. I did make a note somewhere, but I've put it away somewhere safe. So Anita times 2, Andrea driving by plus 3, and Sandra times 2. Okay, thank you very much for sticking with me tonight, ladies. I hope that you have a go at making our little magic slider card, and I'd love to see what you can make with them, or what you do create with them. Remember, all you need is a little bit of acetate or window sheet, as it's called at Stampin' Up. You can make your card as big or as small as you want. If you wanted to, you could put a piece on the back here and just use this as your card, and then that as your writing sentiment, or on the back of the slide out bit. You can write on there as well, especially if you make it slightly bigger. Alrighty, so that's what we did tonight, and that was my original one. So hope you enjoy that. Have a great week. I'll see you on Wednesday. Not home till the 15th, Alison. No problem. It's been great that you've been able to join us on our lives anyway, and I'm sure that you'll be well and truly ready to do some crafting by the 15th, because it's been a while for you. All right, ladies, take care. I will see you Wednesday. Bye for now.